Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod, and happy stacking Saturdays, where we stacking sats like there's no tomorrow. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest technical analysis as we're maintaining in the green, which we love to see, as well as breaking news. Kathy Wood of ARK Invest says our base case for the biddy is in the $600,000 range, and our bull case, $1.5 million by 2030. Obviously super bullish here. And quoting Alex Jones, Max Kaiser says timing of Trump and Elon Musk is divine intervention. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin should be treated as a commodity like gold, according to the billionaire Cantor Fitzgerald CEO Howard Lutnick. We'll also be discussing Binance founder CZ finally walks free from U.S. prison. Free CZ, it's that time, right in time for the bull. We'll also be discussing, is Bitcoin really on track for a 100-day rally? I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be discussing a price forecast for Q4, sending the biddy to 120,000 per coin. And speaking of bullish price predictions, we'll also be discussing historical trends pointing towards Bitcoin smashing $400,000 within this shocking timeline. All this plus so much more in today's show. For those just joining us, very important to smash the likes and subscribe. Half of you watching aren't subscribed, and I completely don't get it. It's free to do so. Why not subscribe? Then hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications, get notified each and every day when I go live. Today is pod episode 1771. I'm your host, JV. It's September 28, 2024. Happy stacking Saturday. The calm before the storm. We're about to enter Q4 just a few days out. This is the last weekend, actually, of the month of September. So let's freaking go. Let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. We can see Bitcoin trading at roughly 66 G's, baby. The big gainer on the day is actually XRP, up 6%, trading above 62 cents. It's ironic because 6 years ago, XRP was trading at 62 cents. It's been the most stable coin in the market. Ironic, and it's not a stable coin. Or is it? We don't know. We have Ether down 0.5%, trading under 2,700. We have Solana pulling back, mixed bag, some in the green, some in the red. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, current crypto market cap sits at 2.31 trillion, and the crowd is going wild. And checking out the Bitcoin market cap, we're just shy of 1.3 trillion, which we tapped just yesterday. And we got roughly 51 billion worth of volume in the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance at 56.2%, the Ether dominance at 14% even. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. And yes, you do have caffeinated, JV. Today I had some nice coffee at a nice little barista a little earlier. We got CKB leading the pack, up 7.5%, Pepe up 6%, and XRP up 6%. Below that, Doge, Flare, and Bonk. Now let me know which alts, if any, you're bullish on for the bull, and I'll be reading your comments. This is a live and interactive show, yo. And checking out the crypto bubbles on the daily. Looks like Hex, the big gainer, up 23%. I'd say maybe 80% of the market in the red, 20% in the green. And zooming out on the monthly, let's flip it. It's like 95% of the market in the green. So finally, we're getting some liquidity back into the crypto sphere. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're in greed again. Yesterday, we finally recaptured greed at a 61. Today's a 64. Last week, a 54. And last month, a 29 in fear. And checking out the time chain calendar, we got 186,745 blocks till next halving, scheduled to take place April of 2028. Can't wait. And we're currently on block number 863,255. And the current exchange rate for $1, how many Satoshis will we get? Will the site update, or will it make me look like a fool? I'm going to refresh it. If I got to refresh, we got to refresh. What are we going to do? Let's see how many sats we can get today for $1. 1,530. Not too shabby. But before you know it, it's going to be less than 1,500, then less than 1,000, less than 500. Eventually, maybe a Satoshi will be, valued at $1. And at that time, Bitcoin will be valued at 100 million per coin, as one Bitcoin can be divided by 100 million Satoshis. So let that one sink in, family. And I looked up a little metric earlier. I was wondering how many addresses actually are whole coiners, and guess how many? only about 1 million. And that doesn't necessarily mean there's 1 million people. It could be 100,000 people with 10 wallets each, for all we know. Just speculating here. But it's safe to say less than 1 million people can say, I'm a whole coiner. So kudos and shout out to all my Bitcoiners out there for holding it down. I know some of you are OGs and got involved as early as 2011, 2012, 2013, way before I got involved. So respect to all the OGs watching the show, holding it down. But let's continue, shall we, with the latest technical analysis. I'll even be pulling up the live charts. You know how we do. Astrology for the broskies every day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. Make some noise for that. And please pump the likes for the Nippinator. He's been feeling lonely lately, and he doesn't get enough likes, apparently. There's another dog influencer, and he's killing it. There's literally millions of subs, and Nipsey don't understand. Please help him understand, and just hit the like for Nipsey, and repost for Nipsey. But anyways, here's the headline here, family. 1 second. Bitcoin targets 70 Gs as the stablecoin inflows and China stimulus boosts rally. China, eh? According to the recent report from 10x Research, Bitcoin has broken out of its recent ongoing downtrend, and the crypto is now setting sights for 70 Gs, baby, which would take us just shy of price discovery. The report attributes the price surge to a combination of driving factors, including an influx of stablecoin liquidity and a general global recovery for the market. Quoting them here, our immediate attention is on Bitcoin's recent breakout above 65,000 with a target of 70 Gs in the next 2 weeks. Let's go. And expectations of new all-time highs by late October. And I agree. I also think we'll re-enter price discovery in October. Let me know if you agree. The change in tide also comes amid Changpeng Zhao, CZ, Binance founder and former CEO, being released from the United States federal prison on September 27th, and I'll be diving deeper into him as a free man later in the stream. Shout out CZ. Perfect timing. And according to the report, nearly $10 billion in stables were issued in the weeks following the Fed's July 31st FOMC meeting, which postponed a critical rate cut decision. The injection of this liquidity into the crypto market has had a significant impact, as stables are a fundamental asset traders and investors use to shift their positions to other cryptos like the Biddy. Now, the total value of outstanding stables now exceeds $160 billion, with a large portion of these inflows linked to Circle's USD coin, which is becoming increasingly popular amongst institutional investors. You already know how I feel about Circle and USDC. Not a fan whatsoever. The one and only stablecoin I would recommend is Tether USDT. But anyways, now let's discuss the Chinese stimulus implications. The 10x Research report highlighted the impact that China's recently announced stimulus measures on the Bitcoin price trajectory and the country's role in the 2014 Bitcoin rally. Interesting. The $278 billion Chinese stimulus plan could ignite a parabolic rally in crypto prices fueled by increasing global liquidity. I wonder if that was a typo and they meant 2024. The report estimates that Chinese crypto brokers have seen over $40 billion in inflows in just the first half of the year. Not too shabby, with 55% of the volume coming from transactions over 1 million. And despite the rally of the market, Bitcoin volatility remains notably subdued, with a 30-day realized price volatility below the 5-year average at 41%, according to the report. Quoting them here, with lower volatility, institutional traders who adhere to strict risk management can take on bigger positions. The likelihood of a Q4 rally is exceptionally high, with gains likely front-loaded. And if the report is accurate in its predictions, the 70,000 Bitcoin mark could occur within 2 weeks, potentially propelling the Bitcoin price beyond that milestone. Price discovery, send it, and let's get it. Now for some bullishness from Kathy Wood before I pull up the live charts. We all love Kathy Wood of ARK Invest, don't we, broskies? She wrote, our base case for Bitcoin is in the 600,000 range. Not too shabby. Our bull case is 1.5 milli by 2030. I've even heard bullish projections of her talking about a 2.5 million bull scenario by 2030. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the one and only Kathy Wood. And quoting the one and only A. Jones, Max Kaiser, timing of Trump and Elon Musk is divine intervention. Let me know if you agree or disagree with A. Jones. And let's pull up some of the live charts, and then I'll be pulling up some of the comments before we go any further. You're looking at the 1 hour chart here, and let me change the scene to make it so fresh and so clean. There you go. So you can see this is via Coinbase, via TradingView, live and in the flesh. Shows Bitcoin at $65,768. We do have, looks like a rectangle formation. You can see a rectangular box and then a breakout preceding that. And we do have an orange target looking sexy, just shy of 67,000, which is the next likely upside target. And zooming out on the 4 hour. Let's check it out. The 4 hour chart shows you a bullish pennant formation. We also have a very bullish blue target sitting just above $81,300 with no downside targets. I like to see that. The markets are looking very bullish, especially entering Q4 where historically we rise in the 80% range. So I'm looking forward to it. Here's the 1 day chart. Live and in the flesh. We had a couple of green consecutive day candle closes, which is good. Prior to that was red, but prior to that, we had about 7, consecutive green candles. So things have been lit for the second half of September, which is a nice way to end out the month. Hopefully we can continue the bullish momentum and definitely get a monthly close above 65,000. I'd love to see that. But do note there is a bearish target in the pinkish sitting at 47.7 on the daily chart. And let's check out my favorite, which is the weekly, because of that bullish cup and handle target, which I believe will come to fruition sometime Q4, though there's no guarantee. This is just speculation. Let me know if you agree with that. It's sitting at 124,400 on the weekly. There's no bearish target for the weekly. And let's check out the monthly. And we're about to get a monthly close for September before entering October. And it looks like we may close in the green, which will be nice. We did have, earlier in the year, a lot of green months, but the past 6 months have been sideways trading action. But there you have it, yo. Let me know your thoughts on the price action. Where do you think will end most likely the month of September, heading into October? Holla at your boy. Next story, we're going to be discussing Cantor Fitzgerald CEO, multi-billionaire, Howard Lutnick, I believe the name. Let's see here. Headline here reads, Bitcoin should be treated as a commodity like gold, according to Cantor Fitzgerald CEO. Howard Lutnick appears on Fox Business September 27th yesterday and urged regulators to classify Bitcoin as a commodity, similar to gold and oil. Have they not already done that? Am I missing something? In the mornings with the Maria interview, Lutnick stated that the status of Bitcoin as a commodity is well established and called for clearing regulation of the crypto space. Quoting the billionaire here, Bitcoin is a commodity. It should be treated like gold and like oil. It is just a commodity. Well, we all know that. Even the regulator chairman of the SEC has come out and said that. I don't think he said that against any other cryptos, only Bitcoin. Now, Maria asked Lutnick whether he believed commodities and other things that are traded on Cantor Fitzgerald's exchange would experience similar regulations in those equities. Lutnick said he believes commodities and equities will merge over a long period of time, over maybe 20 years, 2 decades. The CEO emphasized his concern over regulators' inability to grasp the importance of Bitcoin and the broader digital asset industry. Quoting him here, let's face it, they don't even know how to do crypto and digital at all, and they have no idea. They still don't understand how important it is to get it right. Or do they understand and they're enemies of Bitcoin? That's my question for you guys today, family. Now, Cantor Fitzgerald's $2 billion Bitcoin lending program. Let's discuss it. July 27 at the Bitcoin 2024 conference in Nashville. How many of you were there alongside Chandy? Let us know. Lutnick announced the launch of a Bitcoin lending program offering leverage to those who own the Biddy. The financial services firm CEO said it would launch with $2 billion of lending through its Bitcoin financing business. In his closing statement at the conference, Lutnick said the firm would welcome Bitcoin into the financing family of the global financial market. Lutnick also co-led the Trump transition team, if you didn't know. In an August 16 statement from former President Trump's campaign team, said Lutnick would co-lead the Republican nominee's transition team if he wins the presidential election November 5th. And alongside World Wrestling Entertainment co-founder Linda McMahon, my bad, right? Like Vince McMahon, is that like the wife? Lutnick will oversee the organization of policies and staff management within the transition team. And we also have Alex Grieve, Paradigm's government affairs lead, stated in an August 16 post that Lutnick's inclusion in the team is huge for crypto because the Cantor Fitzgerald CEO is a big crypto bull. Shout out Cantor Fitzgerald, Howard Lutnick. I know I've seen pictures of them with Max and Bukele over in El Salvador. These are the big wigs. They got lots a capital family. So you already know, fully embracing the biddy, because those who don't embrace the biddy get left behind like Diddy. Haha. CZ is finally let free. As you know, he served, I believe, 4 months in prison. And it was ironic because wasn't there like a photo of him like this with a 4 up? And lo and behold, he predicted his own sentence. But he's now a free man. So good for CZ. I think he is officially the richest / wealthiest person to ever serve a prison sentence. Pretty crazy, right? There's been a lot of wealthy criminals over the years, including Al Capone. So, yeah, let's break this one down. This is interesting. Binance founder CZ walks free from the U.S. prison. Binance, or I'm sorry, as Miss Yellen would say, Binance, and former CEO Changpeng Zhao, CZ, walked free from U.S. federal prison yesterday, September 27th, after serving a 4-month stint for anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. Anyways, a spokesperson for the U.S. Bureau of Prisons shared CZ pled guilty November to federal charges for failure to implement proper AML controls at Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange in terms of daily trading volume, according to a November 21st statement from the U.S. Department of Justice. He also stepped down as the Binance CEO. And with a reported net worth of approximately $60 billion, yes, you heard that correct, $60 billion would it be? CZ is the wealthiest person to ever serve a prison sentence in the United States of America. And that's like, with Bitcoin only at, where are we at today? 65,000. Just imagine his net worth when Bitcoin's sitting at $1 million. He's going to be a trillionaire, this guy. God bless CZ. In April, CZ agreed to return to the U.S. from Dubai to serve his 4-month sentence. Hopefully, he did a lot of ups in prison. He spent the first 2 months in a minimum security prison in the Southern California before relocating to a halfway house in Long Beach. Long Beach representing, where he was allowed supervised daytime excursions. Don't sound too bad. What kind of excursions was he going on? According to the September 26th Fortune report, quoting them here, "We are delighted that CZ will be home with his family while he is not managing or operating Binance. We are excited to see what he does next. Since last year, Binance has continued to thrive under the leadership of our current team, surpassing 230 million users globally." Crazy, right? Now, CZ's 4-month sentence was a significant reduction from the 36-month in prison that the Department of Justice originally sought to reflect the seriousness of the offense. Maybe paying that $4.3 billion helped him get that sentence down, right? According to the official statement by the U.S. Department of Justice, CZ's guilty plea included not only AML violations, but also unlicensed money transmitting and sanctions violations. CZ knew his decision not to implement an effective AML program will result in Binance facilitating transactions between U.S. users and users in Iran and other sanctioned countries and regions in violation of the U.S. law. And during the hearing, April 30th, Seattle District Court Judge Richard Jones justified his decision on the 4-month sentence by stating there was no evidence that CZ had been informed of any illegal activities. Precisely. This is a bunch of bullshit, if you were to ask me. CZ agreed to pay $50 million fine as part of his case in the U.S. in November of last year, while Binance also paid a whopping $4.3 billion in penalties for breaking U.S. AML laws. However, CZ's personal fortune has not been affected by the case. Good for him. I'm rooting for him. The Binance founder continues to hold a majority stake in Binance, reportedly estimated to hold 90%. In the exchange. So there you go, yo. Are you happy CZ is free? Next, we got to get freaking Ross Ulbricht. Let's discuss a 100-day rally, followed by 120,000 target, followed by a 400,000 prediction, which is our feature story. Then we'll dive into some live Q&A. So yeah, this headline reads, is Bitcoin on track for a 100-day rally? Let's break her down. Crypto quant analyst Axel Adel shared insightful data suggesting Bitcoin's current momentum is more than just a temporary boost. According to the analyst, key on-chain metrics point to a strong accumulation phase, which historically precedes significant price appreciation. You got to keep appreciated. With this renewed bullish sentiment, the market is closely watching how Bitcoin performs in the coming days. If the price can sustain its upward trajectory and break through key resistance levels, it could start be a powerful rally. Investors are eager to see whether the Bitcoin can replicate its past performance and reach new heights. Now, for you true Bitcoiners, we know that's not even a question. It's inevitable. Bitcoin has experienced a remarkable 25% price surge over the past 3 weeks. That's pretty lit. That means if you have your net worth in Bitcoin, your net worth is up 25% over the past 3 weeks. Not too shabby, and the bull hasn't even began. Let that sink in. Fueled by the Fed's recent interest rate cuts, this significant price movement has reignited optimism amongst analysts and traders, many of whom are predicting a new Bitcoin rally. The daily price action currently supports this outlook, confirming an uptrend as Bitcoin continues to climb all the way up. Prominent crypto analyst Axel recently shared on X alongside this chart, noting the average Bitcoin rally this year has lasted around 25 days compared to the average of 35 days over the past 15 years. Good insights here. According to Adler, this shorter duration is the minimum expectation for the current market cycle. However, with favorable macroeconomic conditions, he believes that a 100-day rally is entirely possible. I agree. He clarified that this forecast is based on his intuition rather than concrete data, highlighting the unpredictable nature of the market. And as Bitcoin's price approaches higher levels of supply around 70 Gs, investors are watching closely. This key resistance level hasn't been tested since late July. A successful push past 70,000 would not only validate the current rally, but also set the stage for a potential challenge to all-time highs. Price discovery sitting at 73.8. We're right around the corner. My prediction is October, we break right through to the other side. Let me know if you agree. The recent surge sparked excitement, but many are still cautious, waiting to see if Bitcoin can maintain its momentum and break through this crucial threshold. If Bitcoin can sustain its upward trend and break past these levels, it could signal the start of a powerful and extended rally, bringing renewed attention and capital into the crypto sphere. So there you go, yo. Let me know your thoughts. Can you see that happening? Holla. Let's continue with the news. We got two bullish stories. We're going to discuss this 120,000 target, and then we'll discuss the 400,000 prediction. I'll be breaking down the timeline for you, and then we'll do the live Q&A, and we'll have a lot of fun on the uncensored extended version of the pod. But let's break down this story. Bitcoin price forecast Q4, only a few days out, indicates a parabolic move towards 120, and I've been calling 125,000 for Q4 for quite some time. It's the target right now in the weekly chart, so let's see if it happens, and let's break down this prediction. Despite the short-term stagnation we have experienced for the past 6 months, it seems like stuck forever at 60,000. Several analysts maintain an optimistic outlook for the Bitty price as the market approaches Q4. Again, just like 3-4 days out. Market expert Lark Davis, for example, recently highlighted the historical trends that suggest the average return for Bitcoin during Q4 is a notable 88%. Can someone run the freaking math? What if Bitcoin surges from 66,000 where we're at now to 88%? I don't know that number in my head, but a double up, which is only 12% more, we're talking like 130 Gs in that ballpark. Davis suggests that if the Bitcoin price were to replicate this performance, it could soar to nearly 120 Gs. Baby. Even a more conservative estimate of a 55% gain, similar of last year's performance, would take us to the coveted 6-figure milestone so we can finally have our 6-figure fiesta for the Bitty here in Puerto Rico. Who's coming? In addition, the expert points out that this year offers unique catalysts that could drive significant price movement, including the launch of the Bitcoin ETFs, which took place officially January 11th, and the upcoming U.S. elections, which take place in roughly a month, November 5th, and the expected $16 billion in cash repayments from the collapsed FTX exchange, which also begin Q4. However, when analyzing the current state of the Bitcoin market, there are signs that the current price movements are being artificially constrained. Go figure. An analyst noted that the price action has been persisting, hovering around 63 Gs, with breakout attempts being blocked. Go figure. A significant institutional options trader has reportedly executed a block trade that appears designed to keep the Bitcoin price stable until October 4th. 1 week away, family. The analysts further explained that the spot cumulative volume data, the CVD, indicating a pattern of distribution even as the price rises, while the future CVD shows a divergence, suggesting the recent price increases have been primarily driven by the futures trading, known for manipulating the markets. The whales versus the retail ratio analysis from High Block supports this view, revealing that while the whales are accumulating the short positions, retail investors are predominantly betting on long positions. Smart money, whales, diamond hands, where you at? Creating a potentially unfavorable scenario for the latter group. Yet the analyst believes that the market will see the final dip before reaching a new all-time high of 80 Gs or even 85,000 for the biddy, which would take us new all-time highs, even calculating the inflation from the 73.8 we achieved in mid-March. And adding to the technical analysis, another analyst, Ali Martinez, points out the Bitcoin is currently testing the 200-day simple moving average at the 64,000 mark, which we're pretty much above right now at 66, which is acting as a short-term resistance level, and a breakout above this key level could signal a significant bullish trend. Well, let's go. Hopefully we get a strong weekly close and monthly close above this level. And looking further ahead, we have another power law holding true, believing we can tap 400,000, which is going to lead into our next bullish price target. Now let's dive into our feature story of the day. Historical trends are putting Bitcoin at $400,000 within this shocking timeline I'm about to break down for you guys, the broskies, the ladies, and the entire fam. Here we go. Can you smell it? Can you feel it? Can you taste it? Can you see? Can you envision 400 Gs for this cycle? Let me know. And would that change your life? Let me know. That would ultimately mean if you're a holder of 2.5 Bitcoin, you're a freaking Bitcoin millionaire. So yeah, based on historical trend patterns, an analyst has forecasted that Bitcoin could hit the staggering peak of 400 Gs. This ambitious price target would require Bitcoin to jump over 6x of its current price, which is 600%, marking a historical milestone as the crypto market cap would surpass 7 trillion. Today, we're just shy of 1.3 trillion. So you already know. We're discussing the Bitcoin power law pointing to 400,000. Bitcoin price dynamics have been hinting at a potential bullish surge as Bitcoin has steadily maintained a price above crucial resistance levels around 60 Gs. And according to the analyst Ali Martinez, the broader crypto market sentiment shifted to greed again following Bitcoin's recent price surge to just shy of 65,000. So given Bitcoin's market movements, Martinez has maintained an optimistic outlook for Bitcoin. He disclosed on a recent X post the Bitcoin could see the price potentially skyrocketing to $400,000 per coin if the power law holds true for the biddy. The Bitcoin power law, if you're not familiar with it, is a mathematical relationship between the Bitcoin price and time. This law predicts the price of Bitcoin will rise to $100,000 between 2021 and 2028, with a firm assurance that in 2028, Bitcoin's value will never drop below 100,000 ever again. Let's go. Additionally, the law forecasts that the Bitcoin price will hit 1 million per coin sometime between 2018 and 2037, establishing that after 2037, the price will never fall below the $1 million mark ever again. So get your hands on a whole Bitcoin family, and guess what? You'll probably more than likely become a millionaire by the time 2037, and in my opinion, as soon as 2029. Now, in his post, Martinez revealed that this projected 400,000 price leap would mark the crypto's next market top, surpassing its current March all-time high of 73.8 by approximately 440%. He also based his ambitious price projection not just on the long-term Bitcoin power law, but also on historical market trends, as he outlines here in the chart. Martinez presented a historical price chart, which you can see here, dating back to 2011, forecasting that the timeline for the projected 400,000 price surge could occur in 2025. Hell of a target, right in alignment with JV's personal range. My bear scenario for 2025, where I believe we hit the cycle peak, is a low of 222,000, as high as 750,000, 400,000 right on the money. Let me know if you agree. The analysts also identified 3 crucial price levels for the biddy: 392.5, which is a mark as a resistance level, with support identified of 37,000 and a linear regression fit of and 5,000 roughly. And while a few crypto members see Martinez's 400,000 Bitcoin projection in a positive light, others remain skeptical, either doubting the possibility of such a dramatic surge or suggesting that a price increase between 160 and 200,000 was a more realistic target. But with Bitcoin in previous cycles, do we necessarily see realistic gains or super godly gains? Typically, they're omnipotent, just like God. I just got to point that out. What is Bitcoin up? How many millions of percent since the inception? Just saying. Just point out the obvious. But yeah, conservatively, we may only see 200,000. But bullishly, what if we hit 1 million? Got to consider that as well. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this target. Can you see us hitting? Yeah, I mean, even Kathy Wood's targets here as well. We covered earlier, just to reiterate them. Kathy Wood says our base case for Bitcoin is the 600,000 range. That's her base case, and her bull case 1.5 million by 2030. So holler and let me know where you feel the biddy is likely to go next. I also want to point out another statistic I referenced earlier. I looked up earlier how many whole coiners are there, like how many addresses in the Bitcoin network even hold one whole coin. Only what I get, I think it was, what's the number I shared earlier? I don't want to misquote. I think it was 100,000. So there's only 100,000 Bitcoin addresses in the entire world that own one whole Bitcoin. That's crazy. In the grand scheme of things, how much wealth is truly in our world. They say total addressable market could be $900 trillion. Bitcoin entire market cap right now is less than 1.3 trillion. So let that sink in, family. And hopefully you guys become whole coiners if you're not already, because that's the future.